So this one kind of came out of the blue. Obviously, there's been some contention about the quality of the image in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's performance mode. And yesterday, it seems that a patch, quote unquote, dropped that now has options for the performance mode. There is, according to Oliver, there's basically a sharp and a smooth option available. And all of this material that you're seeing here is coming from Oliver, by the way, who took the time to take a look at it. And John, have you reviewed this material? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's when I saw these notes go up, I instantly thought, oh, they're just going to put in a toggle for what it used to be pre-patch and then what it came afterward. And it's basically what it is. So what they're touching is just the specific upscaling to the output resolution. Nothing to do. There's no there's no reconstruction here. It's literally just like, do we use a bilinear filter or do we use an integer like nearest neighbor filter?
Right.
That's it. That's all they're doing. And I actually think it's cool that they put in nearest neighbor. It's just with the TAA somehow it still ends up looking, there's something very aggressively smeary about the image that is not great on a 4K display. I actually had better luck by I fed it. So I fed it into a RetroTink 4K, and I also tried, since I just got it, the Pixel FX Morph. Both of which do HDMI upscaling. And I tried setting the PS5 to 1080p directly and then using these devices to sort of add in screen effects, like to simulate the larger pixel dot pitch of a 1080p style monitor. And it actually looked better that way. Inserting that, like when you, because then it actually looks like discrete 1080p pixels rather than the kind of pixely look that you get by default. Now, I'm by no means suggesting that everybody should do this, because that is an insane amount of money or like just craziness for obfuscating a rendering problem. But it was fascinating to me to see that. But yeah, I mean, at 4K, it just doesn't look very good to me, I think.
Yeah, they basically seem to have given you the choice between two entirely imperfect solutions.
Pretty much.
Isn't really what we asked for.
I think that the only real solution is they've got to go back and fundamentally change something about how they're doing their anti-aliasing setup, which is what Guerrilla Games did for their performance mode.
Right.
They tried to obfuscate it with initial patches, but it actually took some time. But they did go back and fundamentally make changes to the way they were actually drawing the image. And it was amazing. Will Square do that? I have my doubts, but that would be cool. The fact that they keep messing with this, though, does at least suggest that internally they are very aware that people are not happy.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that like image of the like yes, no, and looking at the audience, like see which one they actually like? It gives me a little bit of that, like, because like both of these are not great, but the solution to make both not great solutions optional, I guess, is a step forward. It's better than forcing some option on everyone. But I think they do, like, they are probably using such an archaic version of UE4 at this point that I don't think they have access to TAAU even. Wow. So yeah, it's that old, I'm pretty sure. So I think that's
right.
Yeah.
So I think they have to do something. They would have to implement something on their own at that point, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, just some other notes that I'm ruthlessly stealing from Oliver here from Slack. Basically 3 modes now: graphics, performance sharp, performance smooth. The graphics mode is basically unchanged. They've just added these options for the performance mode, and that's kind of it. Resolutions appear to be completely unchanged, and he sort of signs off by saying it's good that Square Enix at least provides us with a selection here, which is sort of the bare minimum, but it doesn't resolve the fundamental issue. So, yeah, I mean, it does look as though at least the developer is aware that things aren't quite right. There is some experimentation going on here, but it's not really addressing the problem head on. And yeah, Horizon is a really interesting example of how they did actually address the issues with performance mode. head on and came up with a much better solution, but it did take time. Hopefully we'll be seeing the same thing here.